No, I busted up. No. Bad start on a video that's already going to get 6 views. That's right. Today we discuss Absolute Power by Clint Eastwood with your host, me, Professor Joe LaRocca. Damn, I messed that up. Hey guys, what's up? This movie came out in 1997, and I remember seeing posters for it and going, that looks boring. And I thought it was like a political thriller, like and for adults. I remember thinking at the time, because I was like 14 or whatever, and I was like, this is like one of those action movies that doesn't have guns in it or car chases. So I never watched it. And then I don't know, it's on hbomax. I was like, oh, what is this? Like, I can't remember, because this and Bloodwork and True Crime, those movies that all came out like late 90s by Clint, like they all kind of just fold together in my mind. I've seen a lot of, I've not seen True Crime, but I've seen Bloodwork, which has got a preposterous ending, but it's a pretty decent movie. This is quite good, actually. It is Clint Eastwood is a jewel thief, like a classic French film jewel thief, like with ropes and stuff and little electronic gadgets. He breaks into this very wealthy woman's house to get all the sweet, sweet jewels. And while he's in there, she comes home. Oh no, so he hides in the safe that has a two-way mirror for sex purposes, which we find out later. But and Gene Hackman comes in too, and they're all like kissing lovey-dovey, and we know they're not husband and wife. And we're like, uh-oh. And so he's just like sitting there like, ha. And the movie's great. Like it's got like a Hitchcock vibe, in that everything is deliberately paced. And so, like, he is, I mean, the events happen in almost real time. I feel like he's in that closet for, like, 10 minutes or something. And I mean, the whole entire jewel thief and that stuff, like, might be, like, 20 minutes of the movie, which is very cool. It's very cool that they did that. Let everything kind of, like, the tension build and let everything play out. And then he, the sexy time starts getting violent, and Gene Hackman kills the lady. And you're like, oh my God, what a... And while the woman's kind of getting hit, it's like, oh, Clint, just go out and save her. But you can't save her, because then you implicate yourself in a robbery. And also, there's a piece of information that the audience doesn't necessarily know, but you get it from the posters and stuff. But what you find out a few scenes later... I don't know. Is this a spoiler? Gene Hackman's the president of the United States. And so you just got this amazing conflict, right? A guy who knows what happened to the most powerful man in the world, but can't say anything about it because, you know, he could just keep all the money and jewels that he has, you know, and just get away with it. But if he does, you know, he ends up turning himself in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it plays out nicely. There's a few like kind of plot things that are a little bit silly. Like Clint ends up with like a piece of important. I won't spoil it, but he has like evidence and stuff that's like, that's a little bit of a thing. But it's great because they start like being like, well, we just have to kill this man. But it's not silly, you know. The whole thing, it's like a smart man's kind of thriller where things get solved. Yeah, in a way that would not please a 14-year-old, but a 40-year-old, ooh boy, it's sweet. Not the best movie, not bad at all. There's like 3 continuity errors in the first like 10 minutes, and I'm like, that's just Clint doing one take, because like bottles of booze change, and oh no, I was watching True Detective. Never mind. There's some continuity errors in True Detective, but maybe those are intentional because they're telling a story, and it's supposed to be like we're missing details. Look at this car trying to do like a 15-point turn that's got like no front on it. This red car. What is this guy doing? I see the shittiest, like the most messed up cars out this window. That looks like a car from like a video game. Okay. You can hear it though. I think that's a major pet peeve. People who have intentionally loud cars and motorcycles. It's like the dumbest thing in the world. Also, people who play music really, really loud in their cars, like insanely loud, is like such animalistic behavior. It's so low, you know? It's such a low place in your brain to just be like, me, like so loud that you're hearing it with your, you know, like, yes, you can listen to loud music, like when you know, where like the bass is shaking. It's like, and I get it. It's like to own your space and stuff like that, in a way to fight the power or whatever. But a lot of the time, it's like the worst, like Latin dance hall kind of shit. Just shit. You know, you never hear anybody blasting classical music. Although I did hear someone blasting Grateful Dead yesterday, so I guess I take that back. And I've heard people blasting, you know, I don't know, like, why don't I hear Taylor Swift being blasted from a car as much? I guess maybe they're not quite as much bass. What am I talking about? I just want a greater diversity if you're going to be blasting music out your car windows. I want to hear some James Taylor. I want to hear some B.B. King, you know? Blast some Miles Dave coming down the street, you know? Blast the Beatles. Yeah. Okay. Well, the other thing is that, you know, people have like their own little speaker, like a little Bluetooth speaker that they hook on themselves, and they bike around. Like, I get that if you bike around a lot, and so you can hear the music, and you can share your music to a certain degree, and it's safer than having headphones in and stuff. But one time I saw a dude biking down the street, and he was doing that, but listening to a podcast. Just like blasting a podcast. And I was like, dude, give me a break, bro. There are other people in the world. Why don't you make free content for them like I do? Okay, like and subscribe. You like to subscribe every day. You can be here as much as you want. Remember, absolute power corrupts absolutely.